Hey, Steve Jobs, the Home Buying Skills Channel. Today's show, we're going to talk about, should you sell your home now in case prices drop? Are you ready to get started? Let's get to business. So today we're going to talk about, should you sell now? And if you do, what else you should consider? First, let me say this. I believe you should consider multiple factors when deciding your home, and one of them should be price. It's an important one. Price is very important, but that's only one of the factors that should come to mind when deciding to sell your home. If you stick around to the end, I'll tell you that one time it almost always makes sense to sell. Overall, most places in the United States, you don't necessarily have to be concerned about selling your home right now in case prices drop, unless you have a date in the near future where you're going to have to move. And that's because in most places across the United States, if prices do fall, I believe they're going to recover very quickly. And that's due to the fact that the Fed will reduce interest rates to stimulate the economy and get that housing market started again if it were to falter. And because we're almost 5 million homes short of true demand in the United States, if interest rates were to fall with demand being that low, this is why I'm saying the prices are going to recover really quickly. Now here's a chart of U.S. home prices over the last 50 years going all the way back to the 1970s. And in that time we faced an oil crisis, a few wars, a savings and loan failure, a pandemic, a dot-com failure, an attack on America. And what happened every time, besides the Great Recession, is that prices bounce back quickly. And Zillow expects that prices overall will grow 0.7% over the next 12 months. Now that's not huge, but that's definitely not a price declining market. Now some areas will do better than that and some areas will do worse than that. But the news is they're not expecting a crisis or even a big drop in prices. Now let's talk about what else you should consider when deciding to sell your home. Now let's go back in time a little bit, all the way back to March of 2020. Things looked a lot bleaker then than they do today. We had companies closing, the biggest layoffs in history, the economy shut down, people being forced to stay in their homes. And early in 2020, many folks panicked and pulled the trigger to sell their homes at that time. And I guarantee if you ask one of them today if they wish they would have waited till 2021 to sell their home, 99.9 of them would say yes. And that reaction is understandable because emotions were so high at that time. Now, the folks who sold in 2020 that really didn't have to, what do they think now? Do you think they would have rather waited a year to sell instead? Now, even if they waited till today, they would be much better off in most cases. And here's why I say that. The average home price in my hometown of Nashville is $110,000 higher today than it was in March of 2020. So the first piece of advice I'm going to give you is to think about this. Are you emotionally reacting to the news media when you think you might want to sell because prices are going to drop? Or are you responding with logic and data? For me, the driving force for selling a home is always this. Do I need to sell the home to meet some other need in my life? For example, do I need to sell the home so I can relocate to another city? Do I need to sell the home so I can use that equity somewhere else in my life? Or your family may be growing and you need extra space. To me, making an improvement in my life is always the number one factor in deciding whether I should move and sell a property or not. Now, if it's an investment property, there are probably a few other things that you want to consider. Is there a better opportunity somewhere else? Have your needs changed in regards to appreciation or cash flow? Is the area changing, making the highest and best use something other than it's being used for right now? Those are all things you need to consider in an investment property.
Thank you for watching this video on the housing market. If you liked it, click the like button to let us know you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to answer each and every one of them. And be sure to subscribe and hit the like button so you never miss another episode. Take care and have a great day.